Well, occasionally I'm asked to do another cooking video, and somebody saw I've got two up now. Do a simple one, you know, for when you're on your own. And I have got one that I do occasionally, and I was going to do it today, so I thought, well, I might as well show you. So all it is basically is curried rice with a few veg or whatever you want in, and as I say, I'm using microwave, and I've got some mince I'm going to put in the slow cooker. The only thing you need to know is that you need to be quite accurate with your measurements of your rice. And anyone that's tried it, for years I never cooked rice. Didn't really like it. Anyway, years ago now, I thought I'll just try it with some curry powder in it. And it was quite good. It was better if I didn't spill it all over, wasn't it? I'll just, well, you'll see in a minute, but I believe I've just spent a full day cleaning this kitchen up last week, with doing my work and playing with my engines, one thing and another. It won't last very long. Plus the gruft on the sink. Anyway, this is how I do it, how I've always done it, and it works pretty well in my cooker, right? In my microwave. You need a quarter of a pint of rice, and as I say, it's not the amount of rice, but it's the amount of rice and water that you need to get right. Because if it's slightly wrong, it's either soggy or hard, you know. So you need 2/3 more water than you do rice, that's all. But you need to get that about right. So I think you'll be able to see there that that's just about spot on a quarter of a pint there, right? And then, because we've got a quarter of a pint of rice, it wants to be 3/4 with water, doesn't it? And I've got a kettle full of hot water here, so we'll put that in, and after quite a longish while, I actually found that soaking it beforehand does in fact help. Anyone that's cooked rice, you know, no doubt just about everyone's cooked rice at some point or other, but as I say, I never had any for years because I didn't like it, but I tried it. I tried it with some curry powder, which I've still got. So while that's doing that, I'm just going to turn you round. I got 2 500 grams of mince, because that does plenty, because of course in a slow cooker it doesn't matter, but it does need about 4 hours. Anyway, just put your mince in like that, and the thing is, it needs chopping up well, and you can't see. I wonder if I can negotiate this tripod just to, you don't need to see it, but I'm trying to show you, that's all. Hey, there you are. You can see a bit in there, can't you? As I say, it needs, and it'll need chopping up a time or two. The camera's moving slightly, but you're getting the idea, aren't you? So make sure that it's not stuck together when you start. I found that helps as well. You can of course do this in your microwave, it's just as good, it's just that this is an easier way. And when you're finished, you've got something ready for a few days. And of course, with your mince done, you can do potatoes and fresh veg in between time, because your rice, and I'll show you, I'm just going to doing a very simple one. I'm putting, anyway, you do that, and and you put a drop of water in. I'll just show you that. Right, just a drop of hot water in, that's all I do. And I'll put the lid on. So I'll put the other mince in there, and let that cook. Well, I've got the rest of the mince in and chopped up, and in my cooker I leave it on high for about an hour, 3/4 hour, an hour, and you do need to come back, and then once it's got going I turn it to low, and it just needs chopping up again 2 or 3 times, that's all. Anyway, all you have to do now is to cook the rice in my microwave, in my old one. This measurement, and I know I've done it ever so many times of course, it takes 15 minutes at medium, and that's it. Actually it says put a bit of salt in, a bit of curry powder, you don't need it. Anyway, as I say, you can do it to your own taste obviously, but as I say, I'm only doing this today because I bought it to do it, and someone looked on my cooking video and said, oh, can I do some more? Well, of course, happy to oblige, aren't I? So we just want a teaspoon, and I've got 3 different sizes, a teaspoon, and I use that one, a medium sized one like. And this, it says hot curry powder, but you know, if you put 1 teaspoon in you can hardly taste it because we're doing a big dish full. So I normally put a fair amount in, you know, something like that. Before I cook it, you can put it in afterwards, it doesn't seem to make much difference, but that seems to be the best. And then stir this up well. Got another spoon there I could use, haven't I? But never mind, this will do. Right, so you see what I'm saying is I like these simple dishes, and this is what I think they like. Right, I'll just I've no need to show you set in the microwave, have I? So I'll just come a little bit closer to it. That's it, just to show you something. Right, so I just pop this in there, right, and I put that in for 15 minutes on medium. And as I say, some people might complain about it, I don't know, but I don't. I find it does it alright. So that's that done. You see, it didn't take long, did it? And so I'm just going to spin you round to remind you. Right? Just spin you round. There's the mince cooking in the slow cooker. The rice is now cooking in the microwave, as you can hear. And all we've left to do is put some veg in it. And so, we've got a pot here, a biggish one. Now I've got some fresh veg, and you can do it as you like. You can cook it some separately. I've got some sweet and carrots, I'll sometimes cook them. And of course, I mean a curry, you can put anything in. But I've got half a bag of this mixed veg, which will be about the right amount. So all I've got to do is put that in this big dish, and let's chop it up a bit. I think it's only frozen stuff, isn't it? It won't hurt it. So if it will all fit in here, I think it will. If not, I've got one dish a bit bigger than this, I might use it actually. But just for now, I won't, I think it'll be alright. I think it'll be alright. It sort of fits. So, basically that's all you have to do. I mean, it doesn't take long, does it? But this is, as I said, just to give you the idea of what sort of things you do. That's all in there. And they always want about, well, about that much. Because there's some in, obviously, in the frost. But they don't want to go dry, but I'll check it anyway. Right, so there we are, that's the rice done. Look at this. First time I've used it, proper oven mitts. Not used them before. And I shouldn't have used them, should I? You think I'm getting posh. Anyway, that's the rice done. And I just give it a stir up. I've luckily I've got plenty of cutlery and it needs using up. Different ones I always use plenty because yeah, that's done alright actually. Give it a stir up, let it steam for a minute or two, and that's done alright, that has. That's still slightly moist, which it should be. One thing you don't want to do, I've found, as I say, I'm not a connoisseur of rice, am I? But there you go. Right, next we put these in, and I'll give them 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and give them a stir. Didn't get that right, did I? Right, I'll come back and give it a stir, and we'll get those cooked, and then I'll just show you, you know, mixing that and just tell you what we've done. No need to show you the mince yet because a slow cooker, as the name implies, is slow. You know, but the whole point is you've only got to come to it and spend a minute or so, a couple of times in the afternoon, you know, 2 or 3 times in the afternoon, so you don't have to stand watching it all day, do you? Well, I just looked back through my videos and I've already done a similar one to this, but I will show this because it's even easier. Right, that's the thing. Oh, I should be using my oven mitts, you see. I'm not used to being posh, am I? Right, I've had these veg in, these frozen veg, cooked the lot. I did them for 10 minutes and they were pretty soft, so I've done another 3. So all I've got to do now is tip the water out. It's just starting to bubble, you see. That's the thing. Trying to see the viewfinder, which is difficult on here. Anyway, as you can see, I think that's just starting to cook. And as you see with this one, it sticks to the side of it. The side gets hot, but it's just starting to cook. And so, as you can see, just keep stirring it up like that and chopping it up, and do it a few times, and there you are, look, that's how it comes. So you just need to make sure that you know, you keep it well chopped up. Now with a curry you can put anything with anything, I'm sure you know that. If you like onions, I'm not too keen, but if you want to do some onions and put in, or you know, raisins, all sorts of stuff, I've put it in the past. So what you do now, you do it either way, but put your rice with all the curry in, and I don't know if you can, I will just show you that little tiny bit if I can, because as you can see that's still nice and moist. It's not wet, but it's not dry, because the one thing you don't want to do is have it dry. And so now all you do is, I'll wash these dishes out in a moment, just give this a good stir up, right, just stir it all together. Now the mince is cooking, as you've seen, and apart from having to come back in I don't know, 20 minutes and turn it down, give it a stir, probably another stir later on and cut up, that's all you have to do. And this way, this will want stirring in as much as possible. You know, it doesn't matter, does it? Sometimes you get more rice, sometimes more veg, it doesn't matter. And then all you have to do, well, tonight for instance, all I have to do tonight, not you, me, what I have to do tonight is put a portion of this in a dish, warm it up, put a portion of my mince that's be already cooked and hot into the same dish and eat it. That's it. I mean, of all the ones I've done, this must be the simplest, which is why, even though I did show you rice before, I've just rechecked, I've done 3, so I've got 4 now. So what I'll do, I'll put these 4 when I get this done on a playlist, just called cooking or something, and then If anyone finds this and they want to look for the others, you know, rather than search through for them, you should be able to find it. So there we are, that's all done and ready for tonight. You can even mix the mince in with the rest of this when it's cooked later on. Put it in the fridge and you've got a meal for a while. Only if you keep it separate, well then if you don't want it the same every day, I don't mind too much, I like it easy. But if you want it a change, what you can do, you know, say tomorrow, do some fresh veg and tates and have gravy with it and some mince, and then have this a day or two later. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed it, and it might be better than just making some sandwiches. Who knows? Hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Cheers.